All right, everybody. It's a heavy heart today. This is kind of an anti-clickbait video, and we're going to talk about science fiction books for a second. Please don't tune out just because of that. We are, of course, really into science fiction here. I'm a science fiction writer by trade, and I've read a wonderful amount of science fiction books by a lot of great authors over the years. Steve Miller is one of those authors, not the Steve Miller Band Steve Miller. It's a different Steve Miller. And he was a science fiction author who really did a lot of influence in my writing, especially my early writing and all that, and made me want to become a writer just based on what he did with him and his wife, Sharon. They had a wonderful relationship together. I always thought this was like the cutest thing. And forgive me my little sappiness for a second, guys. I know that, again, this is going to be a little different of a video. But they got together as a writing pair and started working together. And, of course, then got married after that and have been a married couple as a writing pair since, I think, 1978 or 1980. So if you look at that, that's like 90, 2000. We're talking 40-plus years of writing and being married together. How cute's that? Like they work on these stories together. They edit each other's work. They are just like a dynamic duo in every regard in life and everything. At least they were. But it was tragically announced that Steve Miller passed away yesterday, and really heavy heart with this. My condolences go out to Sharon Lee for all of this, and I just want to go over their work a little bit and just talk about how great Steve Miller was. Because I just think this is something that's really not going to make news anywhere else. And I want to do honor to the guy and to his creations. So let's get into this in just a moment. My name's John Delarose, of course, and I'm a science fiction author by trade. If you're not familiar with the channel, really appreciate you being here. This is my post I made about it this morning. R.I.P. Baen Books, Liaden Universe author Steve Miller, 1950 to 2024. And here's a picture of some of their books right here. Like I said, they wrote a bunch of books together. Their primary deal is called the Liaden Universe, and we'll go over that again in a second too. And he, Steve Miller, I guess passed away yesterday pretty suddenly. Sharon Lee posted this to her Patreon. She said, "I'm not sure how to say this. Steve has died. He went downstairs to take a walk at about 4:30. At about 5:30, I thought he'd been a while, went downstairs to see what was going on. He was on the floor unconscious and not breathing. I called 911, did CPR, until the ambulance and EMTs arrived. They did everything they could, but his heart just wouldn't beat on its own." Oh, tragic. And I feel for Sharon finding her husband that way. That's really rough. And so he wrote his own obituary, kind of morbid, but he did. He wrote his what he wanted to be known by, which is mostly his writing and his work. Very, very much a guy who was very devoted to the craft. Him and Sharon are just super focused on their Liaden Universe, and of course Sharon's got her other projects also, which are awesome. But they just work and work and work and work, and there's something as an inspiration because of how hard they've worked at the end of the day. And so they, of course, grew up in sort of like as a library curator, as Steve did. And then he went to Clarion West, which is a writing workshop and all that, and decided to become a writer. In 1978, Steve and Sharon Lee declared themselves partners in life and writing. How cute. In the next while, they opened Dreamsgarth and Book Castle, a science fiction themed used bookstore. How awesome. Just love science fiction. They married in November 1980 and moved to Maine. Then in October 88, they published their first joint novel, Agent of Change. And if you're interested, because of this video at all, I'm going to go over Agent of Change in a moment too, which is still available. You can get that in mass market paperback. So they worked for a long, long time on this stuff. And Steve was very into playing chess as well. Chess is a great game. And just a smart guy, just a very intelligent, hardworking, diligent guy, and a super nice person to interact with and everything as well. So this is the Agent of Change book cover, which I posted as well for this. And I just want to go over the Liaden Universe. So it's the Liaden Universe right here, and this is the Wikipedia for it. It is just a big open world setting, basically, in science fiction that these guys created together. And it's got a bunch. And the primary focus of it, really, they've got a whole intergenerational thing that goes on. And it does, like, there's some stories that go back like thousands of years, and like those ones end up being more fantasy-like. And then it gets into the present where it's like a science fiction deal. And there's a group called Clan Corval, and they're like traders and they are like a family of traders. It's very like Japanese feudal kind of, like they're a Japanese samurai clan in space almost, and they've got a strong sense of honor. Like especially the character Valcon, who's the main character of those first books. He is just like that stoic samurai type of guy, who's just like a wonderful lead that you really want to support. And he gets married to somebody outside the clan named Miri. Miri is a mercenary at the time, and she's got a kind of rougher way about her, and it adds a lot of personal dynamic as they get together, and then their universe kind of opens up over the course of the books. Really neat stuff. And so they travel from port to port and have different issues happening just with the basic local customs and things like that as you explore this world through their eyes. Now, eventually, like you get different people involved in this as well, and so this is where it goes through. There's Theo Waitley, the company, and different lead characters that are part of different generations, really, that really expand this world building to like a level which is unparalleled from what I've seen from most stuff. Really neat stuff all the way around, and I definitely recommend reading these works. So Agent of Change is a great spot to start. They have a whole publication order and internal chronology order here. I read them all in publication order, and I think it kind of works best that way personally. But if you want to, and you want to get into the internal order, you can go through here as well. But I think Agent of Change is a fine spot to start. It's a pretty short novel too, so you can really ascertain whether you're going to like this or not very quickly. And it is available. It was republished by Baen Books in 2018, and this is the Amazon page and description of it right here. And really neat and wonderful stuff. You can see the giant like turtle that joins them, the clutch turtles, and those are pretty neat aliens that they introduce in this setting as well. So good stuff. I really enjoy these books. I'm probably going to read them again just to honor Steve here, and I really am sad about his passing. I think that's a big blow to science fiction and Baen Books in general, and again, wish his wife and his family condolences. Leave a comment down below, hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.